Okay, if you're into arcade racing games, then you need to take a look at this game. This is Wreckreation, developed by Three Fields Entertainment and published by THQ Nordic, and they've just announced a confirmed release date of the 28th of October for PC, PlayStation and Xbox. Now, as much as I'm into sim racing these days, with games focused on recreating every detail of tyre physics down to the nth degree and every blade of grass LiDAR scanned for maximum authenticity, like most of us, I was born and raised on the arcade racers of the 90s. Everything from Outrun, Daytona, Ridge Racer, Wipeout, then into the new millennium with growing franchises such as Need for Speed and of course many people's favourite racing game series, Burnout. The PS2 and Xbox era of Burnout games were simply the best, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me. I won't go into too much detail about which of the Burnout games were best, we haven't got time for that today, but I do have a video on that very subject somewhere on my channel. So if you're new here, please consider leaving a like or subscribing so you can catch more of my stuff after this. Anyway, since Burnout Paradise, there hasn't really been many games to scratch that Burnout itch for years now. Personally, I blame Trackmania, with its insane array of tracks and mods, pretty much rendering all other arcade games pointless, as whatever you want to do you can usually find it there. Other than that, the closest game we have to a true Burnout successor is Dangerous Driving from 2019, and of course this was also made by Three Fields Entertainment, and you'd not be surprised to learn the development team includes a number of former Burnout game staff. A sequel to Dangerous Driving was announced shortly after, but then went quiet. From what I can tell, development of this game transformed into what we see here, Wreckreation. Before I go any further, I'll point out that this video isn't endorsed or sponsored in any way, as I can honestly say that alongside Formula Legends, this might be my most anticipated arcade racing game for years. However, I do remain slightly cautious based on a couple of things. Firstly, the development lead time has been quite long. Wreckreation was originally announced over 3 years ago, and for a game of this stature, that's a long time. If you ever caught the first gameplay demo from Gamescom 2022, you'll know the game wasn't shown off in a particularly great light. With sparse open world areas and a lot of glitchy mechanics, it definitely just wasn't baked well enough for public consumption. But to their credit, it feels as if Three Fields has really taken feedback on board, hunkered down for 3 years and have now emerged with what might be a big hit on their hands. As you'll have already deduced from the trailers here, this is Burnout meets Trackmania. Wreckreation features a 400 square kilometre sandbox in which you can drive alone or with friends. Typical races and challenges are all there, but the hook here is being able to create your own events, challenges and tracks in which to smash your cars up in virtually any way you can think of. Most importantly, from the limited clips of actual gameplay presented in the latest trailers, it seems crash and takedown physics are much improved from the earlier builds of the game we've seen, with a much greater level of deformity, breakages and good old sparks and debris. It'll be this crucial handling and control feeling that determines my overall opinion on the game, as of course, even if the feature set is bursting with creativity, it won't matter if I don't get the satisfaction from the driving mechanics that I haven't really felt since those early Burnout days. With the freedom to create our own events, this is exactly the type of game that could be popular with streamers and content creators too, and help build a large audience for the game going forward. Even the grumpy old single player stalwarts like me could even be won over by the immense potential on offer here. Wreckreation has been on my radar since its original announcement, but until now has never really been near the top of my wishlist, so I'm really pleased to be able to say I'm now genuinely excited to see if Three Fields can stick the landing on this one, as it could be something quite special. I will of course be reviewing the game when it comes out on the 28th of October, so please consider subscribing if you're new here, it would really help the channel out. Also, let me know what you think of the game in the comments, I do try to respond to everyone. Thank you very much for watching, perhaps I shall see you on another video. Bye for now.